Hello and welcome to Opportunity Knocks. We're so excited to have Tom Antion here with us today. My co-host, Lady Lou, and I have been looking forward to this. And I just went wild with the thumbnail. Can you tell? The American Entrepreneur. I love it. I love Tom. I love this topic. And we can bring you so many wonderful opportunities. And we're going to start right now. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Tom,
Oh, thank
Lady
you for.
Lou.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
And how are you, Tom? We're so excited to have you back.
I'm always peachy. That's me. I'm peachy.
Well, we're so glad to have you. We look forward to this show every time you're on.
Me
So we
too. Me
appreciate
too.
you so much. And I want to just tell the audience that Tom is the most approachable man that I've ever known and a multimillionaire. I mean, multimillionaires usually hide out from people. Not Tom. He answers the phone. He answers emails himself. And I just asked him one day, would you like to be on our show? And he said, sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, and we keep having him back, and we still will. So if you've not seen his other two shows, go back to the YouTube channel and find them. Just type in the search bar, Tom Antion, and they'll come up. We had fun on those shows too. But we thank everybody for being here. We're so excited. And we thank our audience for coming. And hopefully there's some live people out there who, well, they're all live.
Yeah, we hate for dead people on the show. They never leave comments. They don't interact. Can't depend on them.
I have to tell you, there are people in Facebook right now saying things, but we can't see who they are because you got to get permission.
Uh-oh.
Facebook has been sued. Facebook has to really work hard to try to give you the information. So all you have to do is go down in the description. There's a little link that gives Facebook permission to StreamYard, to show who you are, because we want to see you. We want to hear what you have to say. So
Yeah.
they're saying good morning. They're glad to be here.
Oh,
But
well,
if you're dead, don't bother. Just forget
Yay.
it. You got bigger problems.
Oh my goodness, it is. See, it's already starting off with lots of
I
laughs.
can't help it.
I know. Well, Marian normally leads us off with some real JOBS that she finds on the internet. And all of these jobs that she finds are vetted. She knows these are legitimate companies with legitimate jobs, and they have a paycheck, a lot of them. Some of them are more contractor work. And there's a lot of ideas that we're going to put out with Tom's help on how you can become your own boss and have a job on the side or a full-time job, no matter what you do, because it's your idea of what you love to do. So let's turn it over to Marian and find out what she has for us.
Thank you, Lady Lou. That's awesome. As I'm watching news shows, I'm always eager to see how they pass it off to the next person. Over to you, Lady Lou. Over to you, Tom. I love that. So thank you for that. I really had trouble trying to come up with the right things today because Tom is here, and I actually got kind of nervous. I'm like, he's going to have so many wonderful opportunities that maybe I should just be quiet and let him take the whole show. But I can't do that. I have to at least give you one regular job that you can do from home, because you just might need something that pays you today. And so I did find a couple of those that you could get paid right away. Like they pay on PayPal as soon as you're finished with the task. That's pretty cool.
Boy.
But I want you to really listen to what Tom has to say, because he has been there. And that is really what I look for. Am I listening to somebody who is just trying to sell me something, an affiliate marketing program that they don't even know anything about? Or am I listening to people who have been there? And Tom has been there. I know he has. I know his story. And I do listen to his podcast. And I'm excited to be able to share him with you. So let's get right to it and talk about a couple of jobs. All right. But we're just going to put those to the side and listen to what Tom has to say in a minute. All right.
Oh, are we good? I thought we were going to hear the jobs or not.
We are.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go for it.
All right. So I have one particular company that I want to tell you about. And here I'm going to put up the slide. This is called Working Solutions, and they have many jobs. You see where it says find opportunities and apply? So I followed their little, it's like a rabbit hole. It takes you down and it finds all kinds of different jobs. So one of the things that I found was travel reservation specialist, which I thought was pretty cool because you really don't need that much experience as long as you're really good with your voice, you're good with reading, you're good with your computer. If you have, well, they call it excellent verbal and written communication skills, but we all know what that means. Can you type and can you talk English? Okay. And they'll even give you your own computer for specifically for this job. So I thought that was interesting. And if you want more information, you can just go to Working Solutions. Let's see, is it .com? I've lost the thing, but I'll put it down below underneath. I think it's Working Solutions .com. But you can go to jobs.workingsolutions.com and it'll take you straight to the opportunities. That's where I went, straight to the opportunities. Now, another thing I really want to tell people is that when you find a job online, you may or may not know if it's legitimate. And take my word for it, there's some scammers out there. As a matter of fact, this morning I got a phone call from a lady who said, "Oh, I missed your call. I'm so sorry. How may I help you?" And I said, "No, I didn't call anybody." And she said, "Oh, they've probably stolen your phone number. The scammers know how to do that. They're using my phone number now to call people." It's like, oh no. So the scammers are out there. Do your research. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Go
Tell
to
them to
Glassdoor.
use my number. I like to meet new people.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll tell them next time I talk to them.
The scammers, yeah.
But go to Glassdoor and do your research. So Glassdoor to me is a miracle because you can type in the name of the company and you can see what other people are saying about them. You can see the past employees that are still working there. They give you a range of the prices that they'll pay you and the benefits that they'll give you. And this is from people, real people that are telling you their experience. Now, Glassdoor does their own research. They're not going to throw up somebody that said they made $1 million an hour and call it a day. They're going to do their own research to make sure that you're telling the truth. So I think that if you were to go to the places that I told you, and there's how many now, Louise? We have weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks worth of these shows.
Yeah. It's going on over 50 now, counting our Opportunity Knock shows.
50 weeks worth of shows that are specifically for working from home. Now, those are side hustles, those are jobs, those are things that let's face it, nobody really wants to go into work right now. Nobody really wants to go and fight the traffic and sit in a cubicle and take the chance of the elevator breaking down. And yes, that just happened to me. Actually, it happened to my coworker. She was in that elevator for 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's pretty rough.
I mean, that happens to me every time I get in one. It's the overweight buzzer goes off.
Oh no! Oh no!
By myself.
Close the door.
Yeah. Okay. Before I release Tom and he takes over the show, because I know he's going to, and I'm excited about it. I want to give you a sneak peek at something that Lady Lou and I are working on. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Get close now. You ready?
Yeah.
We've got contests coming up.
Yay.
Yeah, we're gonna have $25 Amazon cards, $50 Amazon cards. You just never know. And we're gonna make the drawing right at the end of our show. So I'm excited about it. If you want to know more information, go to NaturalCuriosity.Life and just make a comment and say you want more information. All right, that's a sneak peek.
Wonderful.
All right, Lady Lou, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Those jobs are good now. Remember, Marian has taken care of all that vetting stuff, so she knows they're legitimate companies. So anyway, Tom, we're so excited to have you back.
Yay!
And it's just going to be so much fun because Tom has a new documentary video coming out hopefully this summer, and it's from Hollywood. I mean, it's done right, and we have seen the trailer, and we tried to get it up on the screen, but we couldn't get the audio to play, so you'll have to go and watch it from your computer, and it's in the description down below the videos on all of our YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the podcast will have that link, so you can just click on it. It's over on Facebook, and it's a three plus minutes. It's just a cute trailer, and I learned something about Tom that I didn't know. You ready for this one?
I am.
He was a rebel when he was younger.
Oh no,
A rebel?
not Tom.
No. Tell us a little bit about the video, Tom.
Well, before I get to that, I got to go on the scam, talk about the scams a little bit, because I almost hurt myself the other day laughing so hard at something I was doing back to a scammer, because I knew it was a scammer. So if you put an ad for anything on Craigslist and you have your phone number in there, you're immediately going to get a text from somebody that says, "Hey, is this item still available?" So I said, "Yes." And no, they said, "Hello." So it's like some foreign, definitely foreign, and some scammer. All right. So they said, "Is it available?" "Yes." "Well," they said, I massaged you instead of messaged you a link. And what they're trying to do is steal your Google account. Okay. This is what they're trying to do. But, the guy's foreign. So he said, "I massaged you." I said, "Well, I don't have any massages available." I started messing with him. And I said, "Yeah, I get those at the 3 a.m. at the spa, and then he says, "Please send me the code." And I said, "I also have a hot air balloon and a moped and a unicycle for sale. Are you interested?" So I tried to use a lot of words that it would be hard for them to look up in a dictionary really fast. I said, "Denizens of your fine country may need a large rectum to fit these bookcases." And I said, "Do you have a large rectum? And you may need some petroleum jelly products." I'm doubled over. Of course, I'm texting, so I can't.
God.
I said, if you have any trouble, we have a large bewhiskered lumberjack that will help insert so there's lots of YouTube videos on people reverse scamming people, and it's sometimes it's hysterical, sometimes it's just they got what they deserve.
Yeah, I hear my girlfriend a lot cussing them out, telling them they're a scam and
I just have fun with them and waste their
yeah.
time, and I get entertainment value out of it and get stories out of it. So.
Well, I like that. We got to take a lesson from that.
Yeah, I'll send you ladies I recorded it, so I'll send you the audio. So anyway, we're talking about ballet here tonight, right?
Yeah, ballet and jiu-jitsu.
My ballet career was very short. I tell you, it didn't last too long. But you can be whatever you want to be in the United States, they claim, right? So a ballerina wasn't really in my cards. But I will tell you a bunch of ways that you can make money. And every time I kind of cringe over here every time I heard you folks talking about jobs, like the dreaded. It's like you're cussing at me. The dreaded job.
I know. That's why I didn't even want to do it today. Honestly, I thought I can't do this to Tom.
Well, okay. I want people working for themselves. So I don't want to make other people rich. And now, but all work is honorable, so you do what you got to do to get to the point. But I don't want you always working for somebody else. Work, get paid, work, get paid, work, don't get paid, work, get paid. I want you to work, get paid. All right. That's my philosophy, because you can do this by means of creating intellectual property, which sounds real fancy, but it's nothing more than making eBooks. that are 97% profit and selling them on eBay or selling them on Amazon that's got hundreds of millions of customers every day coming there. And none of this costs anything if you happen to have a computer. Everybody has a word processor and this and that. So that's just one way, is to create stuff that you know about. Now, that same information can be sold on Craigslist as remote learning. So if you know more than one language, or you know how to quilt, or you know how to crochet, people are doing lessons for pay remotely for these kinds of things. So any kind of skill you have, it costs you nothing to throw an ad up on Craigslist or something and offer your services. And if somebody wants, and there's no danger to it like there is if you're trying to sell an iPad. You know, if you don't want to get murdered, sell an iPad on Craigslist. You can be sure you'll be one of those dead people trying to listen to the show. All right, but remotely, you know, you're not at any risk as long as you don't, reveal your location. And so you can, people will pay you through PayPal. You do need to have a way to collect money. So you can get a PayPal account. You could say, I know I paid, I don't know, $25 for somebody to translate a page of mine into Chinese for the Baidu search engine in China for my school, to try to get Chinese students to, send me some money instead of we always giving them money. So there are people who are doing dog training on Craigslist and Zoom and all that stuff. So there's all kinds of things that if you know how to do, you can turn it into money with absolutely zero risk to it. So there's no reason, if you have some of those things, to put an ad in for free in the local Craigslist. And you can't put the same ad in multiple Craigslist. So you are limited to, that'll get you banned instantly. So try it in your neighborhood, or go to a fancy neighborhood and put an ad in their Craigslist. But you can't have the ad in both places at once. That's
Can you change it up?
You can you'd have to change it significantly, but your phone number is going to be attached to it, and your email address is going to be attached to it, and it's going to be in your account. So they're going to know. All right.
I see.
So, but anyway, you try till you find the neighborhoods that spend the most money with you, and then you just keep advertising there. So that's one way. For no money at all, you could sell services and things. Now, selling services, we have a girl in my school that within the first month of being in school, and you don't have to go to my school to make this work for you, especially if you're handy on social media. But within 1 month, she was making $1,100 a month on the side. 3 months, $3,000 a month. And after 4 months, the last time I talked to her, she was up to $6,000 a month. Now, what was she doing?
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah.
What was she doing?
Well, that's for next episode, so I gotta go. No, all she did was let it be known to other small business owners that she would take over their social media for them, because virtually all of them are clueless. They don't know. I got a lady mad at me the other day until I went overboard to explain to her. We're trying to help each other on a new Instagram account. And I said, you got a bunch of ghost followers on Instagram. She said, no, I don't. I know all these people. I'm just telling you, I do this for a living. You have ghost followers. A ghost follower is somebody that follows you, but is never going to interact with you in a million years. And so they're hurting your account, because, like, say you had 1,000 people and 10 people liked a posting of yours. Well, that's a 1% engagement rate, it's called. But if 500 of those people are ghosts and you just got rid of them off of your account, your follower count went down, but your engagement now went to 2%. And now Instagram thinks, oh, you're much better than the 1%, because it's small percentages, but they give you a quality score on your account, your Instagram account. So if you've got all these ghosts that never do anything, then you look like a pitiful account, and they won't show your stuff to as many people. So get rid of the ghosts. So she got mad at me, and I said, I got on a Zoom call with her, and I pointed out. She said, I don't have any ghosts. I know all these people. Oh, is that right? I found 10 of them in 1 minute. So I went and I showed her this person is following 7,000 people. Okay. What do you think the chances are your post is going to show up in their feed when they get 7,000 posts a day? All right. That's a ghost. You might know them and you might think they're the most wonderful person. You might have grown up playing dolls with them your whole life. But if they're not active and engaging with your account, they're hurting you. So you get rid of them. You don't hurt them by getting rid of them, but you hurt you by keeping them. So those kinds of things are if you learn those kinds of things, it makes you very valuable to all these business people that are totally clueless. They just know it's a necessary evil. I have to have all this social media, but it's worthless to them. So you come in and say, I'll take it off your back for $250 a month, let's say. She got 4 people in the first day just by offering that, because they were small business people that she looked at their accounts. They're all pitiful. They made the person look worse, because the last post they made on Facebook was when Superman was a baby, so, so that makes you look worse than not having an account at all. So that's a major thing, folks out there, because you got your cell phone in your hand all day anyway. If you get good and learn these little tricks of the trade, then you can start making money from people. And if you happen to move, like I do a lot of military people, they move across country, they still keep their clients because it's all remote. See? So that's a major way. What do you think about that?
Oh, I've got a lot to say about that.
Okay.
So Lady Lou and I, we host a show once a week, and it's real short. It's not really a show. It's a commercial for Office in America. So if you go to Office in America on Facebook, you'll see us. We're there every week, and we talk about all the wonderful opportunities for entrepreneurs and people who need a co-working space, or they need services. And so all of a sudden, it just dawned on me, gee whiz, we could offer that to other companies, other businesses out there. Lady Lou and I are really good at it. We just get in there and talk up a storm for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it drives traffic, and it makes people on Facebook happy because it's a live show and there's action and stuff. Lady Lou, what do you think? We could offer that.
I know, we're going to.
There you go. Opportunities knocking. Let's answer the door.
Yeah. And so, like I said, all your listeners know people that have small businesses, or they frequent small businesses. See, that's another thing. When you frequent a business, that business kind of owes you. So if you present them with something reasonable, you got a high percentage that they want to thank you as a customer, so if you're a regular customer. So I mean, it could be your local pizza shop. It could be your this, that, and the other. Sometimes you could get paid in pizza. Maybe you spend $50 a week for your kids on pizza anyway. So maybe you save $200 by taking care and taking pictures and showing the kids eating them and helping that pizza shop out. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to make these deals with money that you may be spending already. See? So that's the first place you think about, actually, is where am I spending money? And can I go to those people and make some kind of deal? No, you can't do it with Verizon or something like that, but the little companies you do business with, absolutely, you have a chance of doing that.
Well, opportunities knocking for you right now. Down here in the scroll bar, you're going to see, get a free copy of Tom's ebook containing all the tips that he uses to automate his business. And all you have to do is go to screwthecommute.com/automate free. All the links are down below in the description. So opportunities knocking. Are you going to answer?
I'm going to answer because I want to tell them more about this book, because we've actually figured it out a couple of years ago. So the numbers are bigger than that now, but just one of the tips in that book has saved me 7.5 million keystrokes. It automates my business. So I get the same amount of work done way faster, or you can reach way more people in the same amount of time. And it allows me to ethically steal customers from other competitors, because I get back to people lightning fast using these automation techniques. And many of them are free or dirt cheap, and includes cell phone automation techniques. with my fat fingers trying to type all the time is crazy. So I could tell, and you can't always tell Siri what to do, because you might be in a meeting and you can't be yapping into your phone, but I can click a key combination and type in a whole thing to somebody. See? So all of this is already on your phone. You just have to set it up. And so, so that book contains all of those things. I've handled up to 150,000 subscribers and 40,000 customers using these techniques. And I wouldn't have had all those customers and subscribers if it weren't for these techniques. So, and especially if you take one of these jobs where you're helping other businesses, you're going to automate a lot of the stuff so that they think you're sitting there slaving and sweating and, typing stuff. No, you hit boom, boom. It just took care of what you were supposed to do for them that they're paying you for. So it's important that you use these kinds of techniques to automate yourself, especially when most of them are free or dirt cheap.
Tom, I have a question for you. How does she contact these business owners?
Well, if you start out with ones where you do business already, you walk right in and you talk to them and you say, look, this is what I started doing this to help small businesses. And since we do a lot of business together, I noticed your social media really sucks. I wouldn't say that. I noticed you're having some challenges on your social media because Superman was a baby when you all that. So a lot of them, like for this girl, they like, oh my God, you're sent from heaven. I can't take it. I'm trying. Most small businesses are desperately just trying to get their work done to take care of their customers and do what they do, make pizzas or whatever they do. And so this other stuff, they're saying, I got to have this, but I don't know what to do. I hate it. And so they're like, awesome, take it. So that's the first thing. You go to the places where you do business, check out their stuff first, because if it's all professional, better than you could do, that's you're beating your head against the wall. But if you go and see that it's substandard and it's hurting them, you go in and tell them, hey, I've been studying this. I've been working and helping other businesses, and this stuff is really hurting your business. And for very little money, I could take this off your back on a monthly basis. What do you think? And then just shut up. Let them talk. Some of them will say, oh man, when can you start? And some of them will say, well, I got to think about it. Whatever, you have to sell yourself a little bit. But once you get several of them, you get their testimonials, and then you present that. You walk in with your cell phone and start talking to the manager or the owner, and you say, here's what so-and-so and so-and-so said, and just show them a video testimonial. And they're like, oh man, because it might be a non-competitive business. Just because you're working for a pizza shop, it's not going to hurt you working for the car dealer, whatever. See, so you could really ramp this up to a full-time business. Like this girl, her dad had spent $80,000 on a crappy education. She's working a crappy job, and he gifted this scholarship to my school to her, and she took off. In fact, we had her make an elective showing people how to do this, how to take the social media off everybody else, because she did so good at it. But anybody could do it, because every business on earth needs this stuff, but most of them are clueless. Like this lady that got mad at me, very accomplished business person, but she didn't know the stuff that I know from sitting here day and night working on stuff. So if you're nice about it and show them the error of their ways, some of them will say, awesome, we'll try you out. And that's money in the bank.
I love it. So, Tom, what are some of the real oddball jobs you've done in your lifetime?
Well, I've done more gorillograms than anybody that you've ever met in your life.
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
Gorillagram.
Gorillagram. I show up with balloons in a gorilla outfit and do a singing telegram for you. I had frog deliveries. I was a kissing bandit for show up in a limo with me with these big pantaloons on and this flamboyant outfit, and everybody knew except you that your husband or somebody had, for Valentine's Day, I'm coming in and kidnapping you from work, and I take you to a limo, And then we go to the liquor store and pick up champagne that's already there for you. And then we go to Victoria's Secret and pick up stuff for you. And then I deliver you to a hotel room where your husband's waiting for you. So stuff like that. And I did the over the hill preacher routine. That was my favorite. So anybody turned 30, 40, or 50, I would come in dressed like a priest. And I would have a custom written that I wrote comical sermon about you getting old. Of course, they'd give me a lot of information and I'd turn it into funny stuff. So I'd read your last will and testament. And so, but see, the funny part to me was like I would go into a mall where I was supposed to go up to the executive offices for one of the boss's birthday. All right. But when I'm walking through the mall dressed like a priest, nobody knows this is a joke. So I'm getting people, hi, Father. Hello, Father. So I say, bless you, my child. I just walk through there and do it. And I was feeling really ornery one day. So when you do these comic routines, people just, when it goes great, you just feel great. They had a great time. It just feels wonderful. So I'm coming out of this thing and I'm feeling a little bit ornery. The thing went great. And I'm walking by Victoria's Secret. So I'm just like a priest. All right? So I go into Victoria's Secret and I pick up the little slinkiest G-string thing I can find. And I go up to the counter with it. And these young girls are taught to say something about your purchase, right? They're sweating. They're pinned to the, they don't know what to say because I'm buying this thing. So I would do stuff like that. That was every day for 6 years doing stuff like that. And yeah, I had a lady call me one time. She had forgotten her best friend's birthday, and her best friend owned this very exclusive hair salon in Washington, D.C. I mean, big time exclusive. He won a Rolls Royce for hair design. All right. This is the hoity toity of all. So I can't, she calls me Saturday morning. She forgot his birthday. And I said, I'll call you back. I'll think of something. And so I'm taking my dog out. His name is Freeway. I found him on the side of the road. His patches of hair missing out of his butt. And he'd bite himself and put hot spots all summer, just a mutt. And I'm looking at him. I'm looking hair salons. I'm thinking, okay. So I call her up. This is what I do. I go down to this hair salon with this mangy looking dog. And I barge into the front door claiming that my wife had the dog groomed there the day before and his hair was falling out. And this is a hair salon, right? And the dog is totally untrained. He's running around in circles. And I said, he's a show dog. I said, his name is Fauntleroy or some weird name like that. And the guy is so flustered. He's like, okay. I said, I'm going to sue you. You need to put give me a canine toupee kit in. He's got a show tomorrow. He's the dog's running all over the place. And so I take the dog out, put him in the car, bring in balloons, do a singing telegram. And then everybody's laughing. But there was a lady, the favorite part to me, there was a lady in the lobby who was a dog groomer.
Oh.
And she came up to me. She says, I know every kind of dog there is. I couldn't imagine what kind of mutt what kind of show dog that mutt was. So that was 6 straight years of every day of my life writing and delivering custom humor. So.
Well, you have everybody over on Facebook laughing hysterically. They didn't click the link that I told them to, so we don't know who they are. But I can tell you, a couple
of them showed up there. I saw them.
Yeah, but it doesn't show who they are. So we're going to say good morning to hi Susie.
Hi Susie.
Hi Sylvia.
Hi Sylvia. Be blessed.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 Susies here. Susie Gurevich.
Okay. Be blessed. I have 2 hands.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, I just love you. Oh my.
Yeah.
gosh.
So that was just one of the things. We did over 4,000 of those jobs. I did 1,000 of them myself. We had belly dancers. We had midgets, which may not be politically correct now, but we had a guy that was 450 pounds, and he did an act called a moonogram.
Uh-oh.
Message was actually written on his behind. And it was one of the most popular acts. Although I was doing the Tokyo Today show, and they said, "What is the monogamma? What is that?"
No.
But every business has its technical difficulties, right? So if he had 2 jobs in one day, somebody had to erase the first message and put the new one.
Oh,
So
no.
we had a little bit of a turnover in that position.
Oh, no.
But I made a load of money. I got publicity. I got in a Washington Times, then business picked up. I got in a Washington Post, business really picked up. Then Associated Press picked it up. And then I was doing radio and TV all over the world about all the crazy stuff.
Oh.
I still have these caskets for the over the hill. I was at a flea market, and they had these pauper caskets. They're fiberglass, where if you can't afford a casket, they show you in it. And then I'm not sure. I guess they dump you in the hole and reuse the casket, right? And so I bought them. I bought them $50 each, and I still have them in my garage. But I had a little Nissan Sentra, so we would set it up at your over the hill birthday party with surprise party. But I had a little Nissan Sentra with a travel trailer on the back where I would put the casket. So I had these magnets made up at a funeral supply that said Tom's Discount Funerals. So I was driving down the belt. I had to quit doing it because people were ready to wreck their cars on there. Yeah. And one time,
you are just hilarious.
One time my car was broken down, and so I had to borrow my buddy's Kia hatchback. So there's a casket sticking out the back like on an angle. So the company was called Prank Masters. It was my federally registered trademark. But I'll tell you how it came about. I was in the nightclub business, and then I got the drinking age went 18 to 21 in my college town. I lost $400,000. I was on my way to be a millionaire before I was 30, and wiped me out totally. And I got injured, and I'm living, and this is 1988. I'm living in a vacant house on a mattress on the floor, living off credit cards. Was the biggest shot in the state. Now I'm a nobody laying on the floor in a vacant house. And I had a black and white TV, which people probably never even seen before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm watching Candid Camera, and that's when I got the idea. I was doodling. I doodled a little devil sticking his tongue out at you. That was my trademark. And that's where I got the idea to do the Practical Joke Company, which I just told you about. But I kept the humor around me at the lowest point of my life so my mind could be open to ideas to do something to climb out of this mess I was in.
Wow.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Oh man. As usual, I just wanted to go on, and I don't want to say goodbye. Darn it. But we have to come to a close. So over to you, Lady Lou. Bring us home.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. I knew this was going to be fun. And I do want folks to go over to the Facebook. It's the Facebook called The American Entrepreneur.
Yeah, Facebook.com, American Entrepreneur Film. But if they have questions or anything, they can email me at tom@screwthecommute.com, which is my podcast.
Right. And definitely go and watch some of his or listen to some of his podcasts, because they're as much fun as this show. And he has wonderful guests on them. So thank you again, Tom, for being here. This has been such a treat for all of us, and I appreciate you so much.
I can't wait
to have you back if you're willing.
Can't wait till the next time. I just got warmed up. You guys are ready to quit.
I know. We're going to have to do early. Do a long show for Tom.
There you go.
Thank you, Marian, for all your technical wizardry. And we thank our audience for being here. We love you all. And thanks again, Tom. We just appreciate you so much.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.